welcome to Alaska. I'm in Homer, Alaska, and since this takes me a while to do, I don't think anyone will mind me sharing this. Homer is a beautiful, wonderful vacation destination. I don't know about how full-time living here, but yeah, it is beautiful. If it wasn't just such a struggle, but I think I've become a sourdough at this point in my life. So what I'm doing is float inspections today. I'll show you the harbor. Let's just take a look at the sky over here. See the tops of the mountains off in the distance. Sun is just coming up. And what I have to do is look for any damage, which I see a lot of damage because everything's aging. So then I need to prioritize damage. Like I need a rub board. Yep. So I need to replace that rub board. Infrastructure starts to get old. Us maintenance guys, we got our hands full. So I need to see if I even have any more of these rub boards left, and I hope I don't have to make one. That was like next to the Valiant Maid, so remember that. So this is Homer, Alaska, whoever just joined me. I hope you're having a good morning. I'm walking around doing float inspections, and it takes forever, so we're going to share the harbor of Homer, Alaska. There's the ice plant over there. Fish buyers, that's the fish dock where all the halibut and cod and black cod get unloaded. That goes to market. Some of the fishing boats. There's some crab pots, which let's see, those are set up for cod. So as a way to keep the whales from eating all the catch, they use those pots for cod. Put bait in there and the cod swim in there, and it's just like crab fishing. It's just as dangerous. Because when you're long lining, you catch not only what you don't want, and it doesn't survive, but also the whales know that you're pulling gear, and they'll come up and they'll eat fish after fish after fish, pull them right off the lines, pull them right off the hooks as it's being brought up. Oh, there's the Salty Dog there. You can see a little lighthouse on top of the Salty Dog Saloon. Went up to Anchorage to get a car yesterday. So it was a 2-hour drive to Kenai, a small plane flight to Anchorage in 45 knot winds on Kenai Aviation, taxi cab ride, a few hours at the dealership, have a kind of an all-wheel drive beater Ford because my BMW's electric system got all screwed up at a shop, but the guy's trying to make it right. So we'll see how that goes. It's going to refund me some of the money and fix the other stuff that got damaged. But on the way back in Turnagain Arm, I had a rock the size of a large microwave roll off the mountain and try to kill me. And I got to drive through the mountains and the pass and the ice. It's like 5.5 hours of driving, somewhere in there. So it was a long day. I didn't get home till after dark. Left in the dark and got home after dark. Glad it's Friday today. How's everyone doing? Hope everyone's having a good Friday. What? This is in Homer, Alaska. So south central Alaska on the coast, on the edge of Cook Inlet, Ketchimak Bay. I have to do this walk and look for damage once a week at least. So that's what I'm doing. Oh, they fished out all the shrimp, so there's no shrimp left here. So Lieutenant Dan probably went to Louisiana where they got shrimp left. They're starting to try to come back. Back in the 70s, they used to just be deck loads of pink shrimp on these boats. Not anymore. The king crab is gone. The Dungeness crab is gone. The shrimp are gone. The halibut are getting close to being gone. The cod are not so great. We've really had a pretty severe impact on the world. At least the government has. Because it's always the government that figures out, oh, I can sell the people's resources here in this part of the country, and then they exploit it for every penny they can grab out of it and wipe it completely out of greed. That's always how government works. And if they can't find anything of yours to steal, to sell for their own personal gain, then they'll tax you on whatever income that you make off whatever work that you can find is left. So I'm hoping people wake up and have a massive revolt against property taxes this year and against the overreach income tax, which was never supposed to be above 5%, according to George Washington. But property tax is definitely evil. Person works their whole life to get a home, and then they can't afford to live in their home anymore because of property taxes. That's satanic. So I'm Orthodox, so I go to the Orthodox church tonight. What are you guys doing? Oh, go birds. You saying hello? There's lots of critters here in the harbor. There's an otter out there crunching on a crab. just saw a sea otter crunching on a crab there. Sorry, I'm bouncing around so much. I'll try to stop when I find stuff that's interesting so I don't make you dizzy. That's one of the boats for the Shellfish Cooperative. Actually, I'll zoom out a little bit and it'll hear some of that bouncy. So yeah, I spent a bunch of money on a backup car that I really didn't want to buy, but I had to because I live like a half an hour from work. That's one of the drawbacks of rural living in Alaska. And you have to have all-wheel drive where I'm at, or four-wheel drive, because it's pretty rough. I notice every year that the government is taking more money and doing less for us. They let the potholes get so bad. The state did, between here and Anchor Point, that people were having their wheels ripped off their cars, their axles shattered. And it took them like 2 weeks of people calling the government, calling the governor's office, and calling the legislators to finally make the state DOT do their job down here. I noticed when I went up to Anchorage yesterday, everywhere else except for Homer's state DOT did a great job, and there was no potholes except for down here from like south of Anchor Point. And when they do fix them, they just shovel a crap in there, leave it heaped up. They don't bother to heat it up. They don't use their compactor. Don't do anything right. They aren't plowing the road sometimes for like 2 or 3 days after a snowstorm, putting people's lives at risk because ambulance and fire, of course, can't get to them. And then they're keeping our PFD checks too, spending that on God knows what. And then they do the most stupidest ass projects that you could possibly imagine and not take care of anything that's important or critical. It really feels like the world is becoming idiocracy. Check the comments here. Yes, thank God for Trump. Thank God for Trump. He's already done so much. He's getting the perverts out of the schools, out of the military, stopping the viruses from being created by the Faucis and the CDC. Already done so much. It's pretty amazing. I was listening to list all the stuff that he was doing last night, and I was like, wow. He just buckled down and like got after it, like people should have been doing for years. But you know, we can't just rely on him. It's up to us. There's gonna have to be more of us that think like we're supposed to think as Americans, and more importantly as human beings and free people. I really like that he took on China too. I don't know why we keep building China's war machine up for them with our money. Their goods should not be coming here. When their own people are jumping out of windows of factories because they don't want to live anymore. Why are we doing business with a country like that? What's wrong with us? So much evil in the world. It's going to be windy today. Otherwise, I was hoping to get offshore and do some offshore work. I got to take a strike wrench and tighten a rubber fender element onto a Dolphin, which is like a platform on pilings with a bollard on top for ships to moor off to that extends out into the water off the docks. Like separate structures for like long ships, like 400 foot plus. But it's creaking and I need to get it tight before it goes too far gone. Gotta take care of all this electrical stuff too. There's an awful lot of stuff down here. And those big high mast lights, those are 150 feet tall and they're on cables. All these floats, all this power, all this water. Water, of course, I got it drained down and blown down with air so it's dry for the winter so it doesn't freeze and break everything. So doing this type of thing, I have to basically know how to do everything. I'm a welder, a fabricator, structural design, structural engineering, full-on electrician up to 180 volt shore tie power for the big ships. Have to be able to work with plastics, think about safety, ADA. Pupper, pup dog. I have fire suppression. I build firefighting carts. And those are in these sheds. So I have to do that. I know about foam and percentages and pressures. Train firefighters on how to use them. Snow blowers, all that. Sweepers. Big sweepers, heavy equipment, loaders, bobcats. I think really I'm qualified to go anywhere, pretty much. Oh, there's a spectacled eider. So this is a really endangered duck here. I wish I could zoom in closer than that. But look for yourself and see what a spectacled eider is. You can't even drive pilings in the ocean when those are around. You have to have like I think it's a 3.5 mile perimeter where there isn't one. And if one comes in within 3.5 miles, then you have to stop work. So I'm starting to see more of those. Hopefully they come back. Spooked a otter. There's the Alaska State Troopers boat. One of them. Oh, I have have to do that too, emergency medical response, so ETT. And I've had to take patients up. I assist EMTs fairly often. I've had to help carry bodies, come in from the other side. Plane crash victims that crashed in the water. Like dead and injured people off boats. I built these carts. Those are harlequin ducks singing like that. They look kind of like a wood duck. Let's see if I can get up there where I can hear them better. Those are a cool Alaskan duck. Not seeing too much damage, so that's good. This is rub board so far. I think the duckies are going the other way, so I might have missed them. I see there's some otters over by the next float over, so maybe we'll see those. Oh, there's some, let's see, that's an old squaw duck with that great big pheasant looking tail on the end of it. A white mohawk. Oh, I wish I need to get something better so I can zoom in on these. There's a couple more sea otters. So if anyone wants to come up and visit Alaska, I have camping on my farm. I'll teach you how to gold pan too. If you're Orthodox, we'll bring you up to the Orthodox Church. I go to the Old Believers Orthodox Church as well, which is going to be canonical very soon, I believe. I'm hoping, I'm praying. Someday I hope to be able to do a video of some of the music that we sing, because it's not like anything you've ever seen. The notes are mnemonics. And actually this year I got to sing for the first time a bunch of the songs that were translated from Old Church Slavonic into English, using the mnemonics for the tones and the notes. And, it was just so amazing. I can't even describe the sound. That sounded really angelic. Especially the Christmas music. So there's a lot lot of Christian traditions here in Alaska that I've never seen anywhere else in the United States, including starring. So they made like decorated stars, big ones like 3 feet wide that spin, and they spin those. Usually the kids are spinning those while people are singing Christmas carols. Old calendar Christmas is January 7th. So when I get over to this next float, we're going to see a bunch of otters sitting there. And hopefully they'll let me get close so you can see how big they are. Got an alarm going off on this. Yeah, that's looking fairly low. I'm going to call that in a second. It don't look terrible, but it's not great. So after I get done walking these floats, I'll call someone on that, because that'll be the harbor officers that get to pump that out. See if there's any change when I come back. Yeah, respond to sinking boats sometimes too. Boats that break free because their lines are garbage. That's good in case there's any boats that's watching or seeing, finding stuff, getting stuff done. I need to put a flotation under the back of that because that outcrop is starting to sag. So I'll rig up a poly tub on skids to slide under there, fill it full of water. Then I'll push the water out with an air hose from the top as much as I need to lift it level. So the otters will be right up here after these boats. They're probably, I don't know, 85 to 100 and something pounds. About 2 feet bags big. Oh, he's a good boy. What's the good boys doing? Big sea puppy. Oh, who's a good boy? Oh, cute. Who's a good little otter? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, good otter. Oh, sorry if I missed your chat. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Oh, down here in the Homer Harbor, doing my float inspections. I'm showing you guys some of the critters. Oh, it's okay, you don't gotta jump. Oh, looks like I'm jumping anyway. Oh, everybody's jumping. I don't know why they're all jumping in, buddy. I told them it was okay. You make quite a mess. Who's a good boy? You're a good boy. You're a very good boy. I did that side last week, so I reckon I'm gonna go call somebody on this other boat, go check that out and deal with that. Thanks you guys for joining me. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much. If you want to support my poverty-stricken channel, it's paypal.me/Pike A. Just Pike with a capital A at the end of it. So thank you so much. Have a good day. Love you guys. Blessing of the Lord upon you all. Amen.